This is my fiance, Dr. Michael. You're just a mechanic with dirty hands.
She laughed at him in front of everyone. Wearing the white coat, he sacrificed everything to buy her. He stood there, oil stains on his shirt, holding the flowers he'd picked from the roadside because he couldn't afford the expensive ones anymore. 3 years ago, she couldn't even afford a meal. Today, she looked at him like he was invisible. This is the story of how Marcus gave up his entire future for a woman who erased him from hers the moment she no longer needed him. But what happened when she saw him again 5 years later will leave you speechless and restore your faith that good men don't finish last. They finish legendary. Marcus was 24 when he met Jennifer at his small mechanic workshop on the outskirts of town. She had walked in crying, her old car broken down, no money to fix it, and an important nursing school entrance exam the next morning 3 hours away.
Please, this exam is my only chance. My parents are dead. I have nobody. If I miss this, I'll never become a doctor.
Marcus looked at her worn shoes, her faded dress, her desperate eyes. He saw himself 5 years ago when his own father died and left him with nothing but this small workshop and a mountain of debt. "I'll fix it for free," Marcus said. "And I'll drive you there myself." Jennifer's eyes widened. "Why would you do that for a stranger?" Marcus smiled gently. "Because someone should have done it for me when I needed it." That night, Marcus worked until 4 a.m. to fix her car. He drove her to the exam center, waited 6 hours and drove her back. She passed. She scored the highest in the state. When she found out, she ran to his workshop and threw her arms around him. "I made it," she screamed with joy. "Marcus, I actually made it." He spun her around, genuinely happy. "You deserve it. You're brilliant." She pulled back and looked at him seriously. "I'm going to remember this. When I become a doctor, I'll make sure you never struggle again." Marcus laughed. "Just focus on your dreams. That's enough for me." But Jennifer kept coming back. Not just for car repairs. She came for conversation, for comfort, for hope. Within 3 months they were dating. Within 6 months, Marcus was completely in love. Jennifer received her acceptance letter to medical school on a Tuesday afternoon. She burst into Marcus's workshop, waving the paper, screaming with excitement. But when she read the details, her face fell. "The tuition is $45,000 per year," she whispered. "I don't have that. I don't have anything." Marcus's heart sank. He knew what that meant. She'd have to defer. Maybe forever. That night, Marcus couldn't sleep. He kept seeing Jennifer's face, the hope dying in her eyes when she saw that number. At 3 a.m. he made a decision. His father had left him one thing besides the workshop, a small piece of land on the edge of town. It wasn't much, but property values had been rising. His father's last words echoed in his mind. "Keep this land, Marcus. It's your inheritance, your future. Never sell it unless it's life or death." The next morning, Marcus went to a real estate agent. "I want to sell my land," he said. The agent looked at the documents. "This is prime location now. Developers are interested. I can get you $50,000, maybe $55,000. Marcus's hands shook as he signed the papers. 2 weeks later, he showed up at Jennifer's tiny apartment with a bank check. "What is this?" Jennifer asked, staring at the amount. "Your tuition," Marcus said. "For the first year. We'll figure out the rest as we go." Jennifer's eyes filled with tears. "Marcus, where did you get this money?" "I sold some property," he said, not mentioning it was his only property. His father's legacy. His future security. "I can't take this," Jennifer said, pushing the check back. Marcus closed her hands around it. "You can. And you will. 'Cause I believe in you. And one day, when you're a successful doctor, you'll help someone else the way I'm helping you now." Jennifer kissed him desperately. "I'll pay you back. Every cent. I promise." Marcus smiled. "I don't want you to pay me back. I want you to succeed." That night, Jennifer posted on social media. "Dreams do come true. Medical school, here I come. Stethoscope, red heart." She didn't mention Marcus. Not even once. Medical school wasn't just expensive, it was brutal. Jennifer needed money constantly. Books, $2,000. Lab fees, $3,000. Accommodation, $800 per month. Food, transport, conference fees, study materials. Every month, Jennifer's calls became more desperate. Marcus, I need $500 for anatomy textbooks. Marcus, I have to pay for my clinical rotation placement. Marcus, everyone else has laptops for research. I'm the only one still using the library computers. Marcus never said no. He expanded his working hours from 8 to 16 hours daily. He stopped eating lunch to save money. He fired his only employee and did all the work himself. Oil changes, brake repairs, engine overhauls, body work. His hands became permanently stained with grease. His back developed chronic pain from bending over engines all day. He lost weight. His friends stopped inviting him out because he never had money to join. One evening, his childhood friend David visited the workshop. Marcus, you look terrible, David said, genuinely worried. I'm fine, Marcus replied, not looking up from the engine he was working on. You're not fine. You're killing yourself. David leaned against the workbench. Is it for Jennifer? Marcus finally stopped and looked at him. She's going to be a doctor, David. Real doctor. How can I complain about being tired when she's building a future? David's face hardened. What about your future? You had plans too. You wanted to expand this workshop, open more locations, build something real. I still can, Marcus said. After she graduates. And what if she forgets you when she's Dr. Jennifer with her white coat and fancy hospital job? Marcus's jaw tightened. She won't. Jennifer isn't like that. David sighed deeply. I hope you're right, brother. Because right now, you're burning your life to keep hers bright. Marcus returned to his work, but David's words haunted him. By the second year, Jennifer's calls started changing tone. Marcus, why didn't you answer? I called you 3 times. I was under a car, Jennifer. I can't hold the phone when I'm working. Everyone else's boyfriends answer immediately. Everyone else's boyfriends aren't paying their tuition, Marcus snapped, then immediately regretted it. Jennifer went silent. I'm sorry, Marcus said quickly. I didn't mean that. I'm just exhausted. Maybe you should take a break from supporting me if it's such a burden, Jennifer said coldly. No, Jennifer, that's not. Forget it. I have to study. She hung up. Marcus stared at his phone, his heart pounding. That night, he sent her $600 he didn't have, borrowing it from a loan shark at 15% interest just to prove he wasn't resentful. Jennifer texted back. Thanks. I knew you loved me, red heart. No apology. No acknowledgement of his sacrifice. Just expectation. In her 3rd year, Jennifer came home for a 2-week break. Marcus was excited. He'd barely seen her in months. He planned a simple date. Street food and a walk by the river. He couldn't afford restaurants anymore. When he picked her up, Jennifer looked disappointed. This is what you planned, she asked. Marcus's stomach sank. I thought we could just spend time together. I've missed you. Jennifer sighed dramatically. Marcus, I'm tired of struggling. I spend all day studying with people whose parents drive them in Mercedes, whose boyfriends take them to nice restaurants, and I come home to street food. Marcus felt like he'd been slapped. Jennifer, I gave you everything I have. I'm working 16-hour days. And I'm grateful, Jennifer said quickly. But Marcus, you need to understand. I'm not the same girl you met 3 years ago. I'm growing. Evolving. I need a partner who's growing too. I'm growing my business, Marcus protested. You're a mechanic, Jennifer said, and the way she said it made his blood run cold, like it was something shameful. A mechanic who's paying for your dream, Marcus said quietly. Jennifer's face softened slightly. I know. And when I'm a doctor, I'll take care of you. Promise. Just be patient with me. Marcus swallowed his pain and nodded. But that night when he dropped her off, He saw her take a selfie by his old beat-up truck with a caption, "Humble beginnings. Can't wait for the upgrade rocket." His truck. The one he'd kept running with duct tape and prayers because every spare cent went to her. She posted it like it was a joke. Marcus didn't sleep that night. Jennifer's graduation was the happiest and most painful day of Marcus's life. He'd sold his motorcycle to buy her a professional stethoscope engraved with her name. He'd borrowed a suit from David because all his clothes were work uniforms. He arrived early, flowers in hand, cheap ones from the roadside vendor because that's all he could afford. When Jennifer walked across that stage in her white coat, Marcus's eyes filled with tears. She'd done it. They'd done it. After the ceremony, Marcus pushed through the crowd to reach her. "Jennifer," he called out. She turned, and for a moment, he saw something flicker in her eyes. Embarrassment. "Marcus," she said, her voice tight. "You came." "Of course I came." He held out the flowers. "Congratulations, Dr. Jennifer. I'm so proud of you." Jennifer took the flowers like they were contaminated. "Thank you," she said stiffly. Marcus noticed she was standing with a group of people. Polished, well-dressed, confident. "Aren't you going to introduce me?" Marcus asked, smiling at the group. Jennifer hesitated. "This is Marcus, an old friend." The words hit him like a physical blow. Old friend. One of the men in the group, tall, handsome, wearing an expensive watch, extended his hand. "Michael Chen. Surgical resident. You're the mechanic, right? Jennifer told us about you." The way he said mechanic made Marcus feel like dirt. "Yes," Marcus said, shaking his hand firmly. "I own Morrison Auto Repair." "How quaint," Michael said with a condescending smile. Jennifer jumped in quickly. "Marcus, I have to go to the reception dinner. It's for graduates and their families only." "I can wait," Marcus said. "It'll be ours," Jennifer replied. "Maybe we can meet tomorrow." Marcus looked at her, really looked at her. She was avoiding his eyes. "Sure," he said quietly. "Tomorrow." He left the flowers with her and walked away, hearing laughter behind him. That night, Jennifer posted photos from the reception. Dozens of them. Her with classmates. Her with professors. Her with Michael Chen's arm around her shoulders in multiple pictures. Not one photo of Marcus. Not one mention of the man who'd sold his inheritance so she could wear that white coat. After graduation, Jennifer got an internship at City General Hospital. Marcus was thrilled. She was finally starting her career. "We should celebrate," Marcus said on the phone. "I'll close the workshop early. We can have dinner." "Marcus, I'm exhausted," Jennifer said. "Internship is 80 hours a week. I barely have time to breathe." "I understand. When you have a free day, I'll let you know," Jennifer said. "I have to go." Weeks passed. Jennifer's "I'll let you know" never came. Marcus tried calling. She'd answer maybe 1 in 5 calls, always rushed, always tired, always too busy. He tried visiting the hospital. The receptionist told him Dr. Jennifer was in surgery, in rounds, in meetings, unavailable. Marcus started seeing her social media posts. Group photos with other interns, laughing at hospital cafeterias, coffee dates with colleagues. She had time. Just not for him. One evening, David found Marcus sitting alone in his workshop at midnight, staring at his phone. "She's not calling, is she?" David asked gently. Marcus shook his head. "Marcus, you need to face the truth. She's done with you." "She's just busy," Marcus protested weakly. "She's not busy. She's moved on." David sat beside him. "And brother, you need to move on too. You gave her everything. She took it and left. Don't let her take your dignity too." Marcus's hands balled into fists. "I just need to talk to her. Face to face. She'll explain. And if she doesn't?" Marcus didn't answer. Because deep down he already knew. Marcus finally caught Jennifer leaving the hospital after 3 weeks of trying. "Jennifer," he called out, jogging across the parking lot. She turned, her face immediately tensing. Marcus, what are you doing here? I needed to see you. You won't answer my calls. Jennifer glanced around nervously, as if embarrassed to be seen with him. This isn't a good time. It's never a good time, Marcus said, his voice rising slightly. Jennifer, what's happening? Did I do something wrong? Jennifer sighed heavily like he was a burden. Marcus, we need to talk. But not here. Then where? When? You won't make time for me. Because I don't know how to say this. Jennifer snapped. Then she lowered her voice. Marcus, you're a good person. You helped me when I had nothing, and I'll always be grateful. Grateful? Marcus interrupted. Jennifer, I sold my father's land for you. I worked myself into the ground. And I didn't ask you to. Jennifer shot back. You chose to do that. I never forced you. Marcus felt like the ground was opening beneath him. You promised. You said when you became a doctor. I was young. I said things. Jennifer crossed her arms. Marcus, I've changed. I'm not that desperate girl anymore. I'm a doctor now. I'm building a life, career. And I need someone who matches that life. Someone like Michael Chen. The words came out before Marcus could stop them. Jennifer's face flushed. Michael is a colleague. You're always with him in photos. Because he's part of my world. Jennifer's voice rose. He understands my schedule, my pressures, my goals. Marcus, you're a mechanic. You work with your hands. You smell like oil. You drive a truck held together with prayers. How am I supposed to bring you to hospital functions? To conferences? Each word was a knife. Marcus's voice dropped to a whisper. So I'm an embarrassment. Jennifer looked away. I didn't say that. You didn't have to. Marcus took a step back. I gave you everything, Jennifer. Everything. And I'm grateful, Jennifer repeated coldly. But gratitude isn't love. And pity isn't a foundation for a relationship. Pity. Marcus's voice broke. You think I helped you out of pity? I don't know why you did it, Jennifer said. But Marcus, it's over. Sorry. I really am. But I need to move forward. And I can't do that with you. She turned and walked away. Marcus stood in that parking lot, trembling as rain started to fall. He didn't cry. Not yet. He was too shocked. 2 months later, Marcus heard through mutual acquaintances that Jennifer was having an engagement party. To Michael Chin. Marcus couldn't believe it. He had to see for himself. He showed up at the upscale restaurant where the party was being held. He wasn't invited, but he didn't care. When he walked in, wearing his cleanest jeans and a simple shirt, heads turned. Jennifer saw him immediately. Her face went white. Michael noticed and walked over, intercepting Marcus. You're not on the guest list, Michael said coldly. I just need to talk to Jennifer, Marcus said. She doesn't want to talk to you. Michael's voice was loud enough that people nearby started watching. Marcus pushed past him and walked to Jennifer. Is it true? You're engaged. Jennifer's hands shook slightly. Marcus, you shouldn't be here. Answer me. After everything I did, after everything you promised, you're marrying him. Jennifer's fiancé, Dr. Michael Chen, stepped forward. Listen, friend. I don't know what your relationship was. I paid for her entire medical education, Marcus said loudly, his voice cracking. I sold my father's land. I work 16-hour days. I gave up my future so she could have hers. The room went completely silent. Michael's face showed surprise, then disgust as he turned to Jennifer. Is that true? Jennifer's face flushed red. Michael, it's not how it sounds. But Marcus wasn't done. You stood in my workshop 3 years ago and told me you'd never forget me. That when you became a doctor, I'd never struggle again. You're wearing a ring that cost more than everything I own, and you can't even look me in the eye. Jennifer's voice turned icy. Lower your voice. You're embarrassing yourself. I'm embarrassing myself. Marcus laughed bitterly. Jennifer, you're marrying a man you've known for months while the man who sacrificed everything stands here like a fool. Michael stepped closer, his voice menacing. I think you should leave before security removes you. Marcus looked at Jennifer one last time. I loved you. I really did. Past tense, Jennifer said coldly. Good. Now leave before you embarrass us both further. Two security guards approached. Marcus raised his hands. I'm going. As he turned to leave, Jennifer said something that shattered him completely. And Marcus, don't contact me again. I'm done being guilty for your poor decisions. The room erupted in whispers as Marcus walked out. His vision blurred with tears he refused to let fall in front of them. Outside, he sat in his truck for an hour, shaking. Then David called. I heard what happened, David said. Where are you? In the parking lot. Don't move. I'm coming to get you. That night, David found Marcus sitting in his truck, staring at nothing. Let's go, David said, opening the door. I have nowhere to go, Marcus whispered. Yes, you do. You're coming home with me. And tomorrow, we're going to start rebuilding your life. For 3 months, Marcus disappeared. He stopped answering calls. He closed his workshop. He stayed in a tiny rented room, surviving on instant noodles and bitterness. David tried repeatedly to reach him. Marcus's mother called crying, begging him to come home. He ignored them all. One night, David broke down the door to Marcus's room. Enough! David shouted. Look at yourself. You're destroying yourself over a woman who doesn't deserve a single tear from you. Marcus looked up from where he sat on the floor. He'd lost weight. His beard was overgrown. His eyes were hollow. She took everything from me, Marcus said numbly. No, David said firmly. You gave her everything. There's a difference. And now you're giving her even more. Your present and your future. Stop. I have nothing left to build with, Marcus whispered. David grabbed him by the shoulders. You have your skills. You have your hands. You have your mind. You rebuilt engines from nothing. You can rebuild your life from nothing. Marcus started crying, really crying, for the first time since the humiliation. David let him. Sometimes you need to break completely before you can heal. David forced Marcus back to life piece by piece. First, he made him open the workshop again. Then he brought Marcus small jobs. Friends' cars, family members' vehicles. Marcus worked mechanically at first, no passion, just motion. But slowly the work became therapy. He started taking pride in his repairs again. Started innovating. Started caring. One day, a corporate fleet manager came to his workshop. I heard you're the best in the city, the manager said. I need someone to maintain our company's 50-vehicle fleet. Can you handle it? Marcus hesitated. His old self would have jumped at the opportunity. I'll need to hire people, Marcus said. Expand my equipment. We'll pay up front for 3 months, the manager said. Prove yourself, and it's a 5-year contract. Marcus looked at David, who was grinning in the corner. Okay, Marcus said. I'll do it. That contract changed everything. Within 6 months, Marcus hired 4 mechanics. Within a year, he opened a second location. Within 2 years, Morrison Auto Repair became the most trusted name in the city. Marcus poured his pain into success. Every time he wanted to think about Jennifer, he worked harder instead. Every time he felt the sting of betrayal, he expanded instead. And slowly, the man who'd been broken in a restaurant parking lot became someone new. Stronger, wiser, richer, but still alone. 5 years after the humiliation, Marcus was a different man. He owned 6 auto repair locations across the state. He'd invested in real estate and owned the very land his father had left him. He'd bought it back at triple the price and built a commercial complex on it. He drove a Mercedes now, wore tailored suits to business meetings, and employed over 40 people. But he was still single. Trust didn't come easy anymore. One evening, Marcus was at a business networking event at a luxury hotel. He was there reluctantly, having been dragged by David, who now worked as his business partner. You need to socialize, David insisted. Meet people. Maybe even meet a woman who deserves you. Marcus was about to respond when he saw her. Jennifer. She was standing across the room, wearing a simple dress, not the designer clothes she used to post on social media. Her face looked tired, older. Their eyes met. Jennifer's face went pale. She looked like she might run. But Marcus surprised himself. He didn't feel rage. He didn't feel pain. He felt nothing. He nodded politely and turned away. But Jennifer walked over. Marcus, she said softly. Can we talk? David immediately stepped forward. I don't think. Marcus raised a hand. It's fine. He looked at Jennifer. 5 minutes. They moved to a quiet corner. Jennifer seemed unable to meet his eyes. You look different. Successful. I am, Marcus said simply. I heard about your business. Morrison Auto Repair is everywhere now. He paused. I'm happy for you. Are you? Marcus asked, his voice neutral. Jennifer's hands twisted together nervously. Marcus, I need to tell you something. I need to apologize. You're 5 years late, Marcus said. I know. Her voice cracked slightly. I was wrong. I was cruel. I treated you like you were disposable when you were the only person who ever believed in me. Marcus waited. He didn't help her. Didn't comfort her. Jennifer continued. Michael and we divorced after 2 years. Turns out he was having an affair with another doctor. I lost everything in the divorce. Had to pay him alimony because he quit his job and claimed I was the breadwinner. She laughed bitterly. Karma, I guess. Marcus felt a flicker of satisfaction, then guilt for feeling it. I'm sorry that happened to you, he said, meaning it. Are you? Jennifer looked up. Because I wouldn't blame you for enjoying my pain. I destroyed you. You tried to, Marcus corrected. But I rebuilt myself. Jennifer's eyes filled with tears. Marcus, I know I don't deserve it, but is there any chance you could forgive me? Maybe we could start over. Marcus studied her face. Once, this woman had been his entire world. Once, he would have given anything to hear her say these words. No. Jennifer, Marcus said gently. I do forgive you. Not for you, for me. Because holding on to that anger was destroying me more than you ever did. Hope flickered in her eyes. So, we could try again. Marcus shook his head slowly. No. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. You didn't just break my heart, Jennifer. You broke my trust in people. It took me years to rebuild that. But you've changed. You're successful now. I was wrong about. Stop, Marcus interrupted firmly. If you're interested in me now because I'm successful, that proves you haven't changed at all. You didn't love me when I was a mechanic with dirty hands. You don't get to love me now that I'm a businessman in a suit. Jennifer's face crumpled. I was young, stupid, scared. And I was young, loyal, and sacrificial, Marcus replied. The difference is, my character didn't change when my circumstances did. Yours only shows up when it benefits you. Please, Jennifer whispered. I'm alone. I made a mistake. And you need to live with that mistake, Marcus said, not cruelly but firmly. Just like I had to live with mine, which was loving someone who never deserved it. He turned to walk away, then paused. Jennifer, I hope you find happiness. Really do. But you won't find it by trying to reclaim something you threw away. Build something new. With someone new. Someone who doesn't remember what you're capable of. He walked back to David, leaving Jennifer standing alone. As they left the event, David looked at him. You okay? Marcus nodded. Better than okay. For the first time in 5 years, I'm actually free. 3 months after the encounter with Jennifer, Marcus was at his flagship workshop inspecting a new hydraulic lift installation when a woman walked in. She was in her early 30s, wearing oil-stained work coveralls, her hair pulled back in a practical ponytail. Can I help you? Marcus asked. I hope so, she said with a warm smile. I'm Sarah Mitchell. I'm a mechanical engineer, and I heard you might be looking for someone to optimize your workshop operations. Marcus raised an eyebrow. You're an engineer who wants to work in an auto shop. I'm an engineer who loves cars, Sarah corrected. And I've been following your business expansion. You're doing it right, but you could be doing it smarter. I have ideas. Marcus was intrigued. Show me. For the next hour, Sarah walked through his workshop pointing out inefficiencies, suggesting equipment upgrades, proposing workflow improvements. She knew more about automotive systems than most of his mechanics. You're hired, Marcus said when she finished. When can you start? Tomorrow, Sarah said. But I have one condition. Which is? I work in the pit with the mechanics for the first month. I don't design systems I haven't operated personally. Marcus grinned. You're exactly who I've been looking for. Sarah started the next day. Unlike Jennifer, who'd always been ashamed of grease and oil, Sarah dove in headfirst. She worked alongside the mechanics, learning their challenges, understanding their workflow. Then she redesigned the entire shop layout, increasing efficiency by 40%. Marcus found himself looking forward to seeing her every day. Not because she was beautiful, though she was, but because she was competent, humble, and genuinely passionate about the work. One evening, they were closing up together when Sarah noticed an old photograph on Marcus's office wall. Him standing in front of his original tiny workshop. That's where you started, she asked. Yes, 7 years ago. That workshop, one toolbox, and a prayer. What made you keep going when it was hard? Marcus paused. He hadn't talked about Jennifer in months. But something about Sarah's genuine curiosity made him want to be honest. I was supporting someone I loved. She was in medical school. I thought we were building a future together. Thought. Sarah picked up on the past tense. She graduated, became a doctor, and decided I wasn't good enough for her new life. Sarah was quiet for a moment. That must have destroyed you. It did, Marcus admitted. I let it destroy me for a while. Then I decided to rebuild. And you built this, Sarah gestured to the workshop. That's not just success. That's resurrection. Marcus looked at her, really looked at her, and felt something he hadn't felt in years. Oh. Over the next 6 months, Marcus and Sarah grew closer. But Sarah was different from Jennifer in every way. When Marcus worked late, Sarah worked beside him, not complained about his absence. When Marcus had setbacks, Sarah problem-solved instead of criticizing. When Marcus told her about his plans to expand internationally, Sarah said, "How can I help?" Not, "What about my needs?" One evening, David visited the workshop and found them both covered in grease, laughing while troubleshooting an engine problem together. David pulled Marcus aside. "That's a real woman," he said simply. Marcus nodded. "I know. Don't let your past ruin your future," David warned. "She's not Jennifer." "I know that too," Marcus said. "But I'm scared, David. What if I give everything again and—" "Marcus," David interrupted. "You're not the same man you were. You're wiser, stronger. And Sarah isn't taking from you. She's building with you. There's a difference." That night Marcus took a chance. "Sarah," he said as they locked up, "would you have dinner with me? Not as colleagues, as something more." Sarah smiled, that genuine warm smile that made Marcus's chest feel light. "I thought you'd never ask." Marcus and Sarah had been dating for a year when Jennifer showed up at his main workshop. She looked different, humble, broken. "Marcus," she said when the receptionist brought her to his office. "Please. I need help." Sarah was in the office reviewing blueprints. She looked up, immediately sensing tension. "Jennifer," Marcus said, his voice neutral. "What are you doing here?" "I'm in trouble," Jennifer said, her voice shaking. "I lost my medical license. Malpractice lawsuit. I can't pay my legal fees. I have nobody else to turn to." The old Marcus would have felt sympathy, guilt, obligation. The new Marcus felt only pity. "I can't help you," Marcus said gently but firmly. Please, Jennifer's voice rose. You're successful now. You have money. I just need $30,000. I'll pay you back. Like you paid me back the $200,000 I spent on your education. Marcus interrupted. Jennifer, I helped you once. I gave you everything. You threw it away. I won't make that mistake twice. I made a mistake. Jennifer cried. Don't you believe in second chances? I do, Marcus said. I gave myself one. It's called moving forward without people who destroyed me. Jennifer's eyes moved to Sarah, seeing the way she stood close to Marcus. Who's she? Someone who values what you threw away, Marcus said. Jennifer's face twisted. So you've replaced me. Sarah spoke for the first time, her voice calm. He didn't replace you. He upgraded. Jennifer lunged forward, desperation making her voice shrill. Marcus, you loved me. You can't just. Loved. Marcus emphasized the past tense. Past tense. Jennifer, I hope you find a way through your problems. But I'm not your solution. I'm not your backup plan. I'm not your anything anymore. He nodded to security, who gently escorted Jennifer out. When she was gone, Marcus sat down heavily. Sarah knelt beside him. You okay? Yeah, Marcus said, and he meant it. For the first time, I really am. 2 years later, Marcus stood in the workshop where it all began. His original tiny location, which he'd kept as a reminder. He'd invited family, friends, and all his employees. Sarah stood beside him, confused. Marcus, what's going on? She asked. Marcus took her hand. 7 years ago, I stood in this workshop broken. I'd given everything to someone who valued nothing. I thought my life was over. The crowd was silent. But I was wrong, Marcus continued. My old life was over. But that made room for something better. I rebuilt this workshop. I rebuilt my business. I rebuilt myself. He turned to face Sarah fully. And then you walked in. You didn't see a man with money. You saw a man with a dream. You didn't ask me to change. You helped me grow. You didn't take from me. You built with me. Sarah's eyes filled with tears. Marcus got down on one knee. Sarah Mitchell, you're the woman I didn't know I was waiting for. Will you marry me? Sarah pulled him up and kissed him. Yes. 1,000 times yes. The workshop erupted in applause. And in that moment, Marcus realized something profound. Jennifer hadn't destroyed him. She'd refined him. Every sacrifice, every pain, every humiliation had been preparation for this moment. For this woman. For this life. Marcus and Sarah built an empire together. Morrison Auto Repair expanded to 15 locations across 3 states. They had 2 children, a boy and a girl, both of whom loved spending time in the workshops. One day, Marcus was at a charity event for underprivileged youth when he saw Jennifer in the crowd. She was volunteering, he learned, having rebuilt her life slowly after losing everything. She saw him and smiled sadly. No approach. No drama. Just acknowledgement. Marcus nodded respectfully. That evening Sarah asked, "Was that her?" "Yes," Marcus said. And nothing," Marcus replied. "She's my past. You're my present and my future. There's no competition." Sarah kissed him. "I love you. I love you more," Marcus said. As you watch this story to the end, receive these prayers. May God heal every man who sacrificed his dreams for someone who took him for granted. May he restore what you lost while building someone who destroyed you. For every man called foolish for being loyal, for being generous, for being loving, may God vindicate you. May he bring you a woman who values sacrifice, who honors loyalty, who builds with you instead of on you. I pray that every person who reduced you, mocked you, or discarded you after using you will see your success and understand what they lost. Not because you need their validation, but because you deserve the justice of being seen. May God remove every user, every taker, every ungrateful person from your life. May he replace them with builders, givers, grateful partners who match your energy and honor your sacrifice. For anyone watching who invested in the wrong person, May you not lose faith in love. May you find someone who sees your worth when you have nothing, and loves you the same when you have everything. May your next chapter be better than your past. May your future wife be better than your ex. May your children be raised by a woman who values what you provide, not just what you can purchase. And if you're currently rebuilding from betrayal, may God accelerate your restoration. May what took years to destroy take months to rebuild. May your comeback be so powerful it silences every voice that mocked your pain. In Jesus' name, amen. If this message touched your heart, type amen in the comments. Share this with a man who needs to hear this today.